Do you remember that girl who used to make videos in her dorm room? Put them up on YouTube. I think they were about books. Yeah, I think I remember her too. Hey guys, long time no see. And really long time no see to you, YouTube, as well. I've barely been on YouTube since, I don't know, the beginning of the summer. And it's just been a crazy, crazy summer, and I've loved it so much. And I got a bit lazy putting up videos in between my trips. I had about 2 weeks in between each trip I went on, and literally I kind of just thought there was no point because I didn't really want to spend time on making videos and editing them when I could be doing other things before I'd go away on vacation. So I just didn't make them, and I deleted some of my older ones because I was just getting fed up and didn't like them, and the quality was bad. I was just getting really picky, so yeah. But I am finally back. This summer has been great and lovely. I have enjoyed all of it. But yeah, I just came back from my 6-week trip to India, and it was amazing, and I loved it so much. But I am glad to be back. It is nice to be back in North America, although I do miss India so much. But, you know, it is nice to be back, and now I can make videos and all that fun stuff. So I thought the best way to start off my channel again is just to do a fun book haul. So I will start off with the books I bought in India. So first off is the book I don't have with me, and it is Eat, Pray, Love. Yes, I have already read it and I loved it, and I already have a copy, but I finished the 2 books I brought because I was backpacking in India, so I didn't want to bring a lot of books and I didn't want to bring a lot of heavy books, so I brought the 2 smallest books I had on my shelf, Harry Potter and Boy Meets Boy by David Levithan. So I didn't realize how quickly I'd finish them because there's a lot of long drives that we did and a lot of things like that I just have a lot of time to read, and I finished them. So I wanted to buy a book. So I bought Eat, Pray, Love, and I loved it the second time. There was so much that I totally forgot, and I just read it in February for the first time. So I'm surprised, but I love that book and the movie so much, so I'll never get sick of it. So then I found this small little bookstore that sold a lot of books about India, but they also had a few selections of mostly adult books. So I bought Dan Brown's The Da Vinci Code, and I bought Dan Brown's Angel and Demons. I loved Angels and Demons. I love that it took place in Italy. I loved learning about the different art in Italy and just art in general. You learn so much just by reading this, and I'm also really excited to watch the movie now. And I'm now currently reading The Da Vinci Code, and I'm about a quarter of the way through, and I'm loving it. I love that it's set in Paris, and I love just being immersed in, again, this type of art culture, and it's a great read, but it is a bit slower than Angels and Demons, so I'm taking a break and I'm reading Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, which I will get to in a second. So, like I said, I brought Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone to India with me, and it was the first time I have ever read it. Please, someone slap me. Please bring their hand, put it in the computer, just stretch it out here, and just slap my face. Why the heck have I waited so long to read this series? No, why? No, why? I don't get it. I watched most of the movies when I was younger, and I really enjoyed them, but I just never thought to read the books. I don't know why. I've had these books for quite a while, or at least the first couple, and I just never cared for them. And then the reason I picked it up was just because it was so small and it was easy to carry with me in my backpack, or else I don't think I would have read it. And I'm like, it's scary to think that I wouldn't have read it because I am in love with the series. I'm already on The Prisoner of Azkaban, and I've just been flying through them in between reading other books, so I've been reading them pretty quickly, and I just, oh my gosh, love this world. So that brings me to my next purchase. While I was in this place called Rishikesh, it's a famous spiritual place in India the Beatles went to. They had an ashram there. Anyway, I was there and I found this mini little used, I can't even say bookshop, it's like a little hallway, and they had like a shelf, or a few shelves actually, of just books. I guess a lot of people backpack through India, so they get rid of a lot of their books. So you'll find a lot of books around India, like just kind of lying around or in little mini, shops. So I was just skimming through one day after lunch, I think it was, and I knew there was a bookstore a bit farther down, but it was raining so hard and I just didn't feel like walking down there, and it was still kind of like, it wasn't like a big bookshop or anything, but there was more of a selection. But I decided to go here, and I'm so glad I did, because I found Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Yes, this is like a really old copy, but I was dying to read the second book and I hadn't brought it with me. I had been reading the Da Vinci Code and I was finding it kind of slow, so I just wanted to pick up a new book. And I found it, and I think literally it was a sign that I should be reading the Harry Potter series like this second. So I picked it up, read it super quickly, loved it so much. Oh my gosh, I don't even understand like why I didn't read it before. Like I keep going on, but like I really don't understand. And then while in Delhi, right before before I left, we were beside an actual like big mall. It was like a nicer part of Delhi, so there was a big mall and a a sizable bookstore, and I bought Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. I can't get enough. Love it. I love this copy of Harry Potter. I'm pretty sure this is one of the British versions or something like that. I don't know, or just a different copy either way that I haven't seen here before. And I love it so far. I'm on about page 105, I think it is. And I just, so that's what I've been doing. So next off are the books I bought at Chapters. I just went the other day. I was gonna go to the library and take out books, but the library was closed, so I think it was just like a calling for me to buy some books, so I did. So the first book I bought from Chapters was Opposition. It is the 5th book in the Lux series. I think that's what it's called, the Lux series. Anyway, it's by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I love this series so much. Damon and Katie are the best people ever. They're so cute together. I flew through the first 4 books during school, and I was waiting for this book to come out, so it finally did. I'm kind of upset that for the last book they choose to change the covers. Like, why couldn't they come out with the 5th book, have them all matched, and then if they really wanted to change the covers, do that. But whatever, this cover is kind of sick. The second book I bought is The Happiness Project. It's by Gretchen Rubin. I have heard about this book before, and I actually had it on an iBook, but I never felt like reading it. It was on my phone. I never felt like reading it and skimming through. So I left it for then. But then I saw someone during my trip, someone in my group, she was reading it, so it kind of really made me want to read it and have my own copy, so I bought it, and I've been loving memoirs. Also, not even about being a memoir, I really want to read it because it's all about finding more ways to be happy, I believe, and how she became more happy in her life every month for a year, something like that. Anyway, I'm really happy that I got it, and I cannot wait to read it. Next off, I bought a book that I have been looking for forever, and I finally found it at Chapters. It never, ever, throughout any of the chapters I go to, is never in stock. And that is Middle Ground by Katie Kavinsky. I read Awaken like 2 years ago, which is the first book in the series. It's a dystopian world, made of a world where people are totally immersed in the digital culture. Like, there is no outside world, basically. Everything is done online. School and talking and just everything done online. So everything is digital. It's kind of scary to think about because, seeing as how fast technology has been advancing and all that, and how kids nowadays are so attached to things like iPads and stuff, it's scary to think that maybe in, I don't know, 100 years or so that this can be true. So it's a great series, or a great book I should say. I read Awaken, and I'm so happy I finally found it. My mom loved it too, so she'll be happy to have that as well. So I got that, and then lastly from Chapters, I bought Committed by Elizabeth Gilbert. I love you. As you guys might know, she's the one that wrote Eat, Pray, Love, about her adventures in Italy, India, and Indonesia. And I found out that she had a sequel, and I'm like speechless. I didn't know. So literally right when I came back, I found that in India, and right when I came back, I had to buy it. And I cannot wait to pick it up because she's Elizabeth Gilbert and I love her to death. So there's no other story. Next is a book that my sister actually gave me. She gave me I Love You, Adri, thank you so much. Now I can read back to back to back all these books, and right after I finish this, I will be getting the next one. Like, there's not much to say. I love it so much. So the first book I found at Value Village was Bloodlines by Rochelle Mead. I have already read this book. I've already read all 5 that are out, but I don't have any of the copies. They're all my sister's. So at first I was like, it's fine, I'll just read her copies, but I love this series to death. I had to pick it up, and I'll be picking up the other books along the way, but for now, I'm so glad I have this one. Next, I found that at Value Village as well, so I picked it up. I definitely love Vampire Academy so much as well, so I'm happy to have it, and I do really want to reread both series eventually, so I'm happy to have them on my shelf because my sister's actually moving out to go back to school, so I am going to be happy to have this on my own shelf. I saw this on BookTube, and it's Chopsticks by Jessica Anthony and Rodrigo Coral. It's basically a book that's told out of pictures, so it's really cool. So they have just different pictures everywhere, and I think, yeah, there's a bit of text, but it's a really interesting concept, so I'm really excited to read it. So I'm glad I found that at Value Village as well. The next book I am so excited for. I'm so happy I found it. I've been hearing it all over BookTube, and I love new adult books. I've been loving them ever since I read Maybe Someday by Colleen Hoover, and that is Losing It by Cora Carmack. I'm so excited for this. I really don't know much about it at all. I just know it's a new adult book, and I know that everyone loves it. So I'm so excited to have this. And then at Value Village they have buy 4, get 1 free. So I didn't really have any other books I really wanted to buy there. But I saw this book, The Sea of Monsters, the second in the Percy Jackson series, and I do really want to read this series. But I think I'm going to give this copy to my sister because I really want to buy the new copies. And then lastly is actually a book that my friend gave me. It sounds like they really enjoyed it. It's basically, all I really know is that it's kind of creepy. I'm not too sure what that means, but I'm excited to see what it's all about. I'll be reading it probably in a couple months because I have so many other books I want to read right now, and it's not at the top of my priority list, but I am excited to read it, and that is Diary by Chuck Palahniuk? I don't really know how to say it,